Pen, you say you have the solution for tanking?
I do.
Buddy.
Okay, so it's going to go further than the NBA has gone. Now, I believe that the NBA has made some very drastic and good moves towards, disincentivizing tanking, as evidenced by the fact that the Pistons finished with the worst record 2 years in a row and ended up with the 5th pick. And that is largely due to the fact that a long time ago, the top pick or the worst team had 25% chance to get the number 1 pick, which is a quarter chance. And now the flattened odds mean that 1 through 4 basically have the same odds at getting Cooper Flag, which means that you could be the worst team in the league or the third worst team in the league. You still got just a 14% chance of Cooper Flag. And 14% is about 1 in 6, 1 in 7.
1 in 7, yeah. 1 in 7. Yeah.
1 in 7 exactly. So that to me is the first thing, which I believe the league has already fixed. I would take it a step further. If you finish bottom 5 2 years in a row, the very next year your pick is automatically moved to 14th.
If you finish bottom 5,
what?
If you finish with a bottom 5 record 2 years in a row, the third year, if you do it again, if you finish bottom 5 again, or if you finish in the lottery at all, your pick is automatically moved to 14th.
Why?
What if you genuinely just suck?
Right.
That's not my problem.
We're trying to get better too. Hold on, Ben.
We gave you 2.
So
we gave you 2. You can't get better. We gave you 2 generational prospects. If you pick top 5 2 years in a row, and you are you're a lottery team again, your pick automatically gets moved to 14th. We're done with you.
Wow.
Okay. So the
teams would strategize around that.
Good.
They would have to.
Like, we'll suck it. We'll suck during the Wemby year. Right. We'll try and compete in the Zachary Ricochet year, no disrespect, and then we'll suck again in the Cooper Flag year. Like, they'll strategically be the 6th worst team in the league.
Right.
Cool. That's great. So at the very least, no franchise has to witness like back-to-back like 14 win seasons like for 4 years straight. Like it just completely eliminates the Charlotte Bobcats of it all. Okay. So that's the first thing I would do.
Well, you'd have to improve. You can't just keep getting a lot of it. You're not the Clippers of the 90s where you get the number 1 overall pick and the number 3 overall pick and the number 2 overall pick, and you're still at the bottom of the league. No, you have to improve. I can get now that logic I can get with. Now the taking away draft picks, I don't know about that.
We're not taking away draft picks.
Giving them the last
We're
pick.
Moving
you're taking away my chance. You're taking away my chance of actually getting a high draft pick. And I think that's where
that's cool. You're a gambling fiend and you need some help, Joe. Okay.
That would be funny. Like imagine you're one of the bottom 5 teams 2 straight years, and then the trade deadline comes around in the 3rd year, and you're like the 4th worst team. Seeing that team making a win now move to be the 6th worst team in the NBA instead of the 4th worst team, that would be kind of funny.
And
like you just get someone on an expiring contract to help you win just enough to be like the 6th worst team. That would be kind of cool.
No, I'm not saying if you finish bottom 5 3 years in a row. I'm saying if you finish bottom 5 2 years in a row, the 3rd year, if you're in the lottery at all, not just bottom 5. If you're in the lottery at all, you automatically move to 14th. It's not just bottom 5.
So if I got the 7 seat, so if I got the 7 pick,
that sounds drastic. Okay,
it's not that drastic.
I can't lose my pick. I can't.
That's just my first adjustment. I don't know about this. My second adjustment is right now the lottery is done 1 through 4, right? And then everything else is in reverse seating. Okay. I would change it from 1 through 4 to 1 to 7.
So the first 7 picks are lottery picks, and
the first 7 picks are drawn by the lottery.
Okay.
What this does is it opens up Pandora's box that right now the lottery odds, which I feel like deserve an episode of their own, because I feel like a lot of people really just don't get it, because there's like a lot of people that are like, oh man, we're the 3rd worst team. We don't have any shot at Cooper Flag. And it's like you literally have identical odds at Cooper Flag. To put this into perspective, last year and the year before, the Pistons finished with the worst record in the league. Right. And they got the 5th pick. Why? Because 4 teams jumped them and they were defaulted to the 5th pick. Now, here's something really funny that people don't realize. If you have the worst record in the league, what is the most likely pick that you should get?
Like the most likely pick is the 5th pick.
Exactly. It's 52-ish percent, or 50.
I think it's 48, but
48% likely to get the 5th pick, which is the largest single odds.
Right.
So by moving it from 1 through 4 to 1 to 7, what you actually do is you open up a marginal possibility that you could be literally the worst team in the league and end up with the 8th pick, which completely changes the equation around we got to tank for Cooper Flag. We got to tank for Cooper Flag. So I would do this. That's the second thing I would do. The third thing I would do is I would
wait.
Mhm.
Relax, because I want to rewind really quickly. Because what I don't want to do is I don't want to. I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't want to penalize teams for being bad who are actively trying to be good. We know that there's teams that tank, but then there's teams that are bad that are trying to improve. The Golden State Warriors, for example, they drafted Steph, then they drafted Clay. Then they drafted Clay. They were obviously trying to improve.
I hate to step in and interrupt this intense yap session that you're currently watching, but I just have to inform you on all the amazing, spectacular, fabulous, endless ways to play and win over at Prize Picks. Basketball fans, I know the season is just tipping off. Yes, I know this. But you know what that means? It means that you have an opportunity to pick your favorite players and their matchups that are the most thrilling, and you can win money from these. With Prize Picks, you can play daily NBA contests and test your hoop knowledge by choosing the player projections in every single stat line imaginable to make your Prize Picks and take home some nice hard-earned cash. Are you a rookie in the game? Don't even sweat it. I got the playbook for you right here. All you have to do is download Prize Picks, use promo code PANEL, and you will get $50 instantly when you play 5 here with Prize Picks. So what are you waiting for? Download Prize Picks, use promo code PANEL, and join me as we break down all of our amazing daily picks right here on the panel. Prize Picks. Run your game, control your game, win your game. It's easy, baby. It's easy.
Right? They drafted Steph, and they drafted Harrison Barnes, and they drafted Clay. It was clear that they were trying to improve. So I don't want to penalize teams that are trying to improve. And because they're trying to improve and they're not, now I'm taking away their opportunity to improve. I don't want to do that.
You're not taking away anything, Cho. What you're doing is you are furthering. You're actually taking to drastic measure what the league is already trying to do, which is trying to disincentivize tanking. Now, the league is watching the Raptors and the Sixers rest fully healthy rosters in February. They are watching the Miami Heat win the first half of friggin' every single game, and then in the second half, forget how to play basketball and lose 8 straight games in March and February. Yo, this ain't.
But they got their guys though. Wait a minute though, Penn. I mean, Bam is playing. Hero is playing. All of those guys are playing. They are playing.
Say so.
They're not just out there.
They don't know how to play right now, Chill, because I don't know what to tell you. It doesn't matter if the Heat are up by 20, 30, 50. They could be up by 80 points in the first half. I guarantee you they're going to somehow lose that game in the second half. And it's the same thing with the Utah Jazz. They've been doing it all year. It's the same thing with the
Jazz have been disgraceful.
It's the same. What I just watched the other day, I wasn't on the panel, but what I just watched, the Philadelphia 76ers. No, Mr. Mars, the Philadelphia 76ers and the Houston Rockets. Yo, what the hell was that? That's not a miracle. That is tanking. That is
absolutely. That was an amazing comeback. That's what that was.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was an open layup for Jalen Green. It was a putback for Alperen Sengun. And I don't know. I would love to be a fly on the wall in that Sixers huddle. Hey guys, nice attempt. Time to tear it down. It's like they were up by 25 points. Fred VanVleet goes out. I mean, that was a secret, right?
I ended up hitting Mars with a text. I hit Mars with a text, and I asked Mars.
I hope they make a lifetime movie about that comeback.
No, you said some expletives, but you asked what was going on, basically.
Yeah, some colorful.
You asked what was going on, basically.
What is happening right now? What am I watching? What is going on right now? How are these dudes with 11 guys who haven't played a lot? Is it this Quentin Grimes' third or fourth team that he's been on? Like this season, if I'm not mistaken,
since last year, yeah. The Knicks, Pistons, Mavs, and now the Sixers.
So now we watching the Houston Rockets, who are a game out at second place, getting blown out by the 76ers. What is happening right now? Am I in the Matrix? What is going on?
Yeah,
I don't
we
know.
came back, and then we came back.
They came back.
Yeah, not because they were tanking, because
Well,
we're
that's what
amazing.
happens when Fred VanVleet has 3 points in 38 minutes. But what I will say, okay, so those were two adjustments. So to recap here, 1 through 5, 2 years in a row. The third year, if you end up in the lottery, automatically you get the 14th pick or the 13th pick or whatever. If there's two teams, 14, 13, do a coin flop. Okay. The second change was instead of doing the lottery 1 through 4 and then reverse order, you do it 1 through 7. Despite what Chill says, I don't think that this is necessarily penalizing teams or taking anything away from them. What this actually does is it flattens the odds further, because now if you're the 11th team, 10th team, whatever, you actually have a chance to get a better player. And look, from the perspective of why you would want to do these two things, number one, I want as many great players going into great situations. That's all I want. I want great players going into great situations, because far too often when we recount all the draft busts throughout NBA history, we're looking at a lot of players who ended up in not so great situations. We're looking at a lot of players who ended up with not so great vets, not so great development, not so great coaching. So
Cooper
why
Flag
am I constantly
maybe going back to school? Exactly.
I mean, we'll see. The third and final thing that I would like to do is I would like to add some sort of incentive for making the play-in for the teams that don't
like
make
it helps your odds. Like it helps your odds.
I feel like right now all the odds go down. Right. So what if we could artificially boost the odds of the team? Like there's like 4 extra percent, or like and we could give 2% each, no 1% each to each team that doesn't make the play-in. That's just like everything is currently, weighted, for the first overall pick out of 96%. Then 1% extra goes to every single team that made the play-in but didn't make the playoffs. It adds a slight boost. And, right now, you're looking at the Raptors and the Sixers and the Heat, this who's going to be 10th, who's going to be 9th. Right now, the Miami Heat are in free fall. They look like they want to lose every single game.
I don't think they're doing it on purpose, though, Penn. I really
don't.
But
they're still going to make the play-in regardless, no matter how much they're trying to tank.
I don't think that they're doing this on purpose. I really think that they're genuinely trying to get it together.
Because Toronto going to out-tank them, and they got a 5-game advantage.
Yeah.
So
you would think so, but if you look at the schedule upcoming, I feel like it would be very possible for the Raptors to go like 9-4 the rest of the way.
The Heat playoffs will find a way to lose the game. I promise you. The Heat will. But
the Heat could fall out of the play-in, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Chicago is being very ethical. They are amazing. They're like the perpetual.
And Chicago fans are hating it.
Yes, they do.
Chicago fans are mad that for the third straight year, they're just hovering around the 9 seed.
They are perpetually 10th or 9th every year. And it's pretty amazing. It doesn't matter if they trade Debo. It doesn't matter if they trade Levine. It doesn't matter if Josh Giddey goes out. They're stuck in purgatory, right? They're just right there, perpetually knocking on the door that never results in the playoffs, that always results in like the 9th or 10th pick, but all I'm saying is think about this situation. If per this situation, the Wizards would automatically lose their pick this year and go to 14th, wouldn't it? Because they've been bottom 5 back-to-back years. And a team like Chicago would then actually move up a spot. So there you go. So now suddenly you are actually helping a team, and yeah, you're technically hurting another team, but you're actually helping a team that's doing the right thing. Again, every situation needs to be like created with the mind of what are we incentivizing teams to do. Right now, what you are incentivizing teams to do with this second apron is to stop throwing around money, to stop being so idiotic with how you build rosters. Have a little bit more, I don't know, presence of mind. Maybe you don't want to, you know what I mean? Like if you don't introduce the second apron, I'll guarantee you right now, instead of the Clippers and the story that we're having about the Clippers, we're talking about Paul George on the Clippers. Because there's no chance in hell he's going to Philly if that second apron restriction is not there. Again, you create rules to create the league that you actually want to see. I want to see a league with, less tanking. I want to see a league where young players, great young players, top picks go to better situations. I believe that these 3 changes would accomplish all of that.
Wouldn't like I respect the thought process that's gone behind this. Like, you
Mhm.
definitely thought this through.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't it just be a lot simpler if you just said 1 through 14 all have a 7% chance of the number one pick?
So now everybody has the same odds.
So if you miss the playoffs by one spot or you're the worst team in the league,
Right.
you have the same exact chance. Wouldn't that just do the same thing?
Okay, but now you create a new problem,
Yes,
which
a huge
is
problem.
you create a very big problem for the 15th, 16th, and 17th teams, and 18th teams, and 19th and 20th teams, because right now I'm basically having to choose between having even flat odds at Cooper Flag. I mean, think about right now, around what place is the team that has 7% chance at Cooper Flag?
Oh, in the current odds?
Mm-hmm.
How
bad are
I
you?
I believe is Toronto. So the 7th worst
Okay,
team,
so right now the 7th worst team. So you're basically telling every lottery team that now you have the 7th worst odds. Now, when the Raptors got Scotty Barnes, they had the 7th, they had 7% chance at number 1, and they moved up to number 4. So you're basically asking a team like Chicago or Miami that could be in the playoffs,
Or Sacramento.
do you want that or Sacramento or Portland or San Antonio or Dallas or literally any one of those teams?
Sure.
See, all you're doing is you're taking the
Did you
current
say Sacramento?
bullshit that's happening.
Talking about the lottery.
Like currently the bullshit, the real bullshit that's happening in the NBA is between teams that are 3rd worst down to about 14th worst. You're taking that bullshit and you're just transferring it to happen between teams that are 10th worst to 20th worst. You just you're shifting.
Would I be a hypocrite if I said, I mean, tanking ain't too bad if you just do it one time?
Well, that's the thing, Ox. You're not getting penalized for doing it one time in my system. You're getting penalized for doing it 3 times.
All right.
Missing the playoffs doesn't mean you're still tanking. But I get your point.
See, here's the thing: if you finish bottom, 5 one time, it could just be because you had a major injury, you had a star retire, you just had a catastrophic bad luck. You're trying to rebuild with youth. We know youth doesn't win. If you finish bottom 5 2 times, it means the process is taking longer. If you finish bottom 5 3 times, this is a choice.
Right.
You are choosing to be bad.
You're trusting the process at that point.
Yeah, but you said you don't have to finish bottom 5. You said finish bottom 5 twice and then miss the playoffs the next year. You still don't get you get your pick at 14.
Yeah.
If you miss the playoffs by 2 games in the 3rd year, I don't think you should lose your pick. Well,
but you're not losing your pick.
Rules.
I don't think your pick should go all the way to 14. I don't think.
But here's the thing, Mars. If you miss the playoffs by 2 games, your pick would pretty much be 14th anyway.
But it could have been 12th.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So who cares?
Oh my God. I want my chance at 12.
Well, whatever the rules are,
I want my chance.
They got to be strict. But the thing about it, because I heard what y'all saying about Chicago got bigger problems than that. Chicago problem is how long was it? Chill? How long did they not have a development staff? They didn't have shooting coaches.
Shooting coach for 2 years.
Yeah, they got bigger problems than that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some of these things that's going on with these teams is just internal. I'm of the mind that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. You know what I'm saying? It's not, I don't like it. I don't want it to be that way, but that's just how it is. This is America. These teams are going to be this way. These other teams, they're just not. Like the Sacramento Kings, we're never going to be the best. We're never going to be the best franchise in basketball. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, there's some teams like the Lakers, the Celtics, the Heat, the Mavericks.
Never off. Never.
It's just not meant to be. Like we might get back in and make a run sometime in the near future. I don't know. Maybe when my kids are in high school or something like that. Who knows? But we won't be the Los Angeles Lakers. We won't be the Boston Celtics. You know what I mean? Some teams are just meant to be what they're meant to be. And we got to just accept it. The Bulls, it was cool in the 90s. The Kings, it was cool in 2002. That shit is long gone.